you coming to the party tonight?
Of course I'm going to be there.
But what about the baby?
Or about the baby.
Every human being has the inherent right to life. This right shall be protected by law. No one shall be deliberately deprived of their lives. I am a human.
When Rosa Parks got off the bus, her rights were violated, but she walked away with her life. Domini of India was not as lucky, being gang raped and brutally having her intestines ripped out with an iron rod. This horror has reached our shore. 2 weeks prior to the celebration of human rights, a daughter of our own land, Anine Boyson, lost her struggle as well, when she was gang raped and eventually murdered by her disgruntled boyfriend and his friends. Reva Steenkamp's fatality is only evidence that this is becoming a social trend. Is this a norm? Are we supposed to get used to Anine's kind of inflictions? I mean, this has reached inhumane proportions. What kind of savagery does it take to dismember a woman of all 10 fingers, slit her throat, cut both her legs off, and leave her intestines to be picked up by the paramedics on the sand next to her? Today we have the privilege of speaking to Sunderland Parks High intern educational psychologist, Ms. Vicky Downing. Ma'am, could you please explain to us what you do?
I do all the assessments here at the school. I'm going to be helping with the subject choice testing in a few months' time. I do counselling with some of the learners. Anytime they have any sort of issues, personal problems, relationship issues, they come and chat to me, and hopefully we put them on the right path.
Okay. Ma'am, could you please explain to us more on what happens inside the mind of a rapist?
I'm no expert in rape, but from what I know with human behavior, a rapist is normally, he's just exerting control over his victim. It's normally a control issue, an issue of domination, an issue of violating the person. There's normally a lot of intense anger and hatred associated with the act. And obviously, because it is such an intimate act, it is really taking control of that person and forcing their will on. Sometimes it can be related to psychopathology, in which case it could be part of a disorder, a neurological disorder, or it could also be as a social issue. You know, a lot of our young men grow up in areas where they see a lot of violence and they see that as the only way of getting their will. Also, in the case of a lot of gang rapes or the case of an ex-boyfriend, it could be an act of revenge or getting back at the person, showing the person that they still have control over them. So those are the main things. As I said, also in our community, watching how other people relate. If you see this as the norm in your society, then young people do tend to model that behavior and copy it.
At Sunderland Park High, we respect the rights of women and stand against women abuse.
I pledge to uphold the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, to abide by the laws of the country, to respect the rights of others, irrespective of age, race, gender, or sexual orientation, not to rape or commit any form of sexual harassment, abuse, or violence, to report any form of wrongdoing to authorities, to honor the responsibilities that come with these rights, and to be a good citizen.
Nkosi Sikelel' iAfrika.